If you have been in a full-blown relationship with the person you're trying to get over, this might not be the video for you. This is for my situationship girlies, my sneaky links. Or just went on a few dates and you got a little too attached, okay? This is the video for you. Hi, I'm Ndivisi and welcome back to my channel. If you've never seen my face before, hi, welcome. Would love it if you hit that subscribe button. I upload lifestyle, self-love, commentary type of content. Here I have a few videos on my channel where I talk about relationships, getting over heartbreak, how to get over someone you have to see every day. So if you're interested in those, make sure you check out my relationship advice playlist. But y'all have been waiting for this one, so let's get into it. If you are trying to get over someone you were never actually officially in a relationship with, but you had a connection, here are my 5 tips to get over this person. Tip 1, stop forcing shit. Forced relationships aren't worth it. It's so much better to be alone than be with someone who is not giving you 100%. If you have to trick or convince or sneakily convince someone to be with you or fall in love with you or have feelings for you, I hate to break it to you, but it ain't meant to be. And I know we're all like, oh, this is so weird. I can't hear all of a sudden. Trust me, I've been there, okay? But you deserve to be with someone that it just makes sense. It's effortless. There's no friction. You know what's going on. You're not having panic attacks every day. You're not losing weight because you can't eat. That's not healthy. That's not love. And if you really loved that person like you claim to, then you also kind of have to respect that they obviously aren't feeling the vibes either. And they also deserve to be with someone that makes them happy. And clearly it ain't you. It ain't ya. So I'm gonna need you to stand up, okay? Because if you're watching this video, it probably means they don't like you.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
Because you're confused and you're seeking out help, and that's okay. It's very normal to feel that way, but we have to listen to our feelings, right? And our feelings are telling us this is not safe, right? The anxiety is telling us, hey, danger zone, because this person isn't a good match, and we need to listen to that, right? That doesn't mean, oh, butterflies, we run to it. That means, oh, butterfly flying away. Anxiety. Our body's telling us that's a no-go, and we listen, okay? You just really got to be more selective about the people that you're letting in your life, right? Like we can't be playing these games anymore where we're like, well, they tick, 3 out of my 50 boxes that I have. No, okay? If they're not like ticking 90% of the boxes, like obviously we have to be reasonable, right? There's not going to be anyone that meets every single one of our boxes. And also, some of our boxes are stupid. If your box is just like, oh, they have to have blue eyes, we might need to work on the boxes. Maybe let's say, oh, I don't know, are they kind? Do they like me? I don't know. I promise you will look back and regret how much time you have wasted on someone that just is not worth it. Like I look back to younger Kat and I'm like, I could have been married to like the prince of who even knows.
The land of make-believe.
I wouldn't know because I was wasting so much time chasing after people that just genuinely like could not have made it more clear that they were not interested in me. We just don't want to listen. Stop forcing shit. Need a little pick-me-up? Listen to Renaissance, okay? Literally, first of all, best album of the decade, Fight With Your Mama. Second of all, if you need a pep talk, you can rewatch videos. So if all of a sudden, you're having a bad day, rewatch these videos, rewatch the relationship advice playlist so you can remind yourself, because really it's all about mindset, right? So that brings us to tip number 2. Stop saying that you'll never move on. If you've watched some of my previous videos, we talk a lot about how it's so hard to get over someone you've never dated or someone that you've never fully been in a relationship with because you never got to experience everything with them. You didn't get to experience all the seasons, the holidays, the doing the family gatherings, the doing presents and doing all the cute couple-y things. You just got the 2 a.m. text messages and the ruffling in the sheets, You have a limited view of what that relationship was. And so because it's limited, you fill in the blanks, right? You fill it in with all these positive things that are like, well, this is what we would have done on Christmas together if they could just realize how good we were together. You have to realize you don't have to really experience all of that. And you have to realize that you're making half of those things up. You're basing your feelings off of a made-up person. And if you continue to think that you are never going to move on, then you won't. Stop checking their page. Stop engaging with them.
I don't want to hear that.
We've talked about it before. Okay, block them. Say it with me, block them. Put as much distance as you possibly can within reason. with this person and stop acting like you're never gonna move on, because you will if you want to. So not only do you need to stop saying that you're not going to move on, you actually have to take the steps to stop engaging in behavior that's going to continue to let you just sit there and feel sorry for yourself. That would include checking his page. So that's why we gotta block them, we gotta mute them, right? Because when we check their page, it just gives us more images that are going to be imprinted in our brain, more things to dissect. It just continues the cycle and really prolongs the healing process. If you want me to talk a bit about how, in my experience, I have found it helpful to stop texting the person, how I have been able to overcome stopping checking their page, let me know, because I know that's something that a lot of us can struggle with. So tip number 3 is to ask yourself, did you really like them, or is your ego just hurt? One of the things my therapist, way back in the day when I was getting over an old breakup, and I was telling her, you know, I just feel like every relationship fails, and every guy that I'm with, I end up feeling rejected, or I end up feeling, and she looked at me and she goes, do you think any of these people are anyone that you would want to actually end up with one day, long term? This is it. And I literally laughed. I was like, oh my God, no. So she was like, so you literally haven't met your person yet, and you're sitting here being like, oh my God, everyone rejects me. And she's like, but these are people that you don't really even want on paper. They don't align with like what you want. And you literally just laughed when I asked if they would be someone you seriously could see yourself with long term. A lot of times it's just our ego who is upset that we didn't get picked. One of the things that really helped me get over my last relationship was making a list of all the things I really loved about this guy and all the things I would have liked to just, you know, we could have made some tweaks, right? When I tell you the list of tweaks was like, oh, we could just keep going. And the list of things I liked about him were like 5 things.
Sorry to this man.
Literally 5 things. But I was crying my eyes out over this man for like, I don't even know how long. Why? And that is one thing that would always help me snap back, is I took a screenshot of that and I like had it in a folder that I would go back to when I was feeling like, oh, I miss him. And I'd open that up and go, oh Lord.
Goofy ass.
Why was I talking to this person again? Like, this is embarrassing. You know what I mean? Like, why do we have a CVS receipt list of icks and about 5 things that are like, he smells good and he's cute and he pays for things? It's like, that really is the bar that low? And the answer was, you know, at the time it was, okay? We're a bit more grounded now, but we've all been there. So we're not judging, right? This is a safe space. Turns out I was just mad because I'm sitting here like, what? I'm Beyonce. Beyonce? You don't want me? Turns out that's just what I was upset about. Was that like, how dare you? The audacity. Who do you think you are? But that leads us into step number 4. Were you really rejected, or was the fake version that you were pushing in front of this person rejected? Because I saw a lot of y'all TikToks, okay? Some of y'all are freaking stalkers after those mastermind Taylor Swift confessions. We have all been there, okay? Where you might say a little fib where you're like, oh yeah, I love that band. And you're like, never heard their shit, don't know. And you're just like trying to impress your crush, right? But some of y'all take it a little too far. Okay, try to just be this version of what you think someone wants you to be because you so desperately want to be accepted. And I get it, that happens to a lot of us who have abandonment issues. But you know, it's good to be aware of that and be able to take ownership and stop repeating your harmful patterns. You know, if you were playing games presenting a version of yourself that you thought this person wanted, well then that's not even you. That's not your authentic self. So then you weren't really rejected. This fake version that you thought this person wanted was rejected. Turns out they didn't really want that. And who knows, maybe if you would have been your authentic self, maybe it could have worked out. But also maybe it still wouldn't have, and that's okay. Either way, I used to say it's their loss, but honestly, sometimes people just aren't good matches, and that doesn't mean that the other person's a bad person. Sometimes they're a bad person.
Clap if you've ever wanted to kill somebody.
But sometimes they're not a bad person and y'all just weren't a good match. And that's not like, oh, fuck you, your loss. It's just like they were upfront with you and they just said, sorry, I just don't really feel a connection. They're not an asshole. They just are being honest with you, and you can't be mad at them that they didn't have a connection with you. You know, that's different than someone who's been leading you on for like 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, like, and y'all are just like sneaky links, and it's like, okay, in which case, you know, their loss. They don't see what they're missing out on, and you are gonna find someone who appreciates you. I know it's hard. I know it sucks. It feels like the end of the world. I get it. I have been there. And that's okay. Don't beat yourself up for it. I used to always feel like such a loser, and so why am I so sensitive? Why am I so whatever? I just love really hard, and that is no longer something that I apologize for. I have recognized that's how I am. Now I move differently so that I never give someone that much access to me when it's not, that same energy is not being reciprocated back. But the good news is that you are gonna meet people that love you, that treat you well. There may not be a lot of them, but you are going to meet them, and you never know when it's gonna happen. It could literally happen tomorrow, and that is what is so exciting about it. I know it sounds so corny, and honestly, sometimes I don't really even believe it myself, but you gotta just tell yourself it until you believe it, right? Like some days I'm so sure, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm not worried at all. I know my person is out there and I can't wait to meet them. And other days I'm really sad about it and very like, oh my gosh, it's never gonna happen. But remind yourself that it is. We have to tell that voice that it is gonna happen. That quote that's like, you haven't met all the people that are gonna love you yet, while corny, is true. And that brings us to step number 5, believe that love exists and believe that you deserve it.
No.
This might be the hardest one. Second to stop forcing shit, but for a lot of us, it's kind of like, who would we be without our trauma? Who would we be if we weren't the brokenhearted friend? Who would we be if we weren't the friend that's always complaining about their love life? For a lot of us has just kind of been our staple, and it feels scary to try new things, but trying new things is fun. You don't have to be the negative friend who's always chasing after a relationship. You can just be the friend who is healing, learning, and growing, and focusing on you. You can be the friend that's learning how to play a new instrument, the friend who's getting into hobbies. Start a YouTube channel. I literally tell anyone who wants to start a YouTube channel, do it. Like, not only is it the best diary, but I've met so many amazing people. I've met y'all, so many other creators, so many of you that I get to chat with on the daily. It's literally amazing and such a fun outlet for me. Like, start a passion project. Do something that makes you excited again, that doesn't revolve completely around love, because one, I don't want you to take anything away from this video that insinuates that relationships are like the end all be all, because they're not. Are they amazing and they're great when right? When they're healthy, relationships are awesome. But if it's not a healthy relationship, then it's not one worth having. And I think the other thing that's really important to remember is not to beat yourself up about it. Like, you may feel stupid or embarrassed or naive for giving yourself to this person and thinking you could trust them, and I know it sucks. Feels like you're never going to be able to trust anyone again, but the truth is you can take the test again. You can prove to yourself again that you can trust yourself and that you do know what you're doing. That was something that was really hard for me in my last breakup, was the guilt. I just felt guilty. I was mad at myself that I let this happen. But you can take the test again. You can fail and it's okay, and you can take it again and you can pass. But I do really believe that God or the universe, whatever higher power that you believe in, presents the same lessons until we pass. But I really think that you attract what you're not healed from, to see if you have gained any wisdom from your past experiences. And some of us have not been taking notes, right? So take notes. Some of y'all are coming to this video hoping that I have easy answers, and I'm sorry to inform you, I do not. It is gonna take time, it is gonna take work, it is gonna take you being patient, it is gonna take you really wanting to get over this person and choosing you. Like, that's ultimately what it comes down to, is nothing is more important than your happiness. You only have one life, and no one is gonna do the work for you. If you continue to sit and wallow, the world will move on without you.
I'm fucking trying. I've only been doing this for 2 fucking days.
But the good news is there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And actually, like, the end of the tunnel's like low-key kind of chill. They've got like a buffet and shit. Last week they had like crab rangoons, so like, I don't know, I'd probably get to the end of the tunnel if I were you before I eat all the crab rangoons. I'm not saying like you can't wallow. That's okay, you know, sometimes we need that, but don't let yourself wallow for too long because you deserve better. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to find love. You deserve to know that you are enough and that happiness is out there. And I hope that you are willing and ready to work for it. Work, bitch. So those are my 5 tips for how to get someone, how to get someone? No, how to get over someone. We're not forcing shit. Stop trying to force me. Your voodoo magic shit. Oh my God. 5 tips to get over someone who you were never actually in a relationship with. Oh, there you have it. Part 2. Y'all have been bullying me for that video. I'm about to report some of y'all for harassment. Like, damn. So watch your back. I'm kidding. You can thank me by subscribing to my YouTube channel. Make sure you're following me on Instagram and TikTok. And also like send me a DM on Instagram. Comment on my latest post because like I swear Instagram is just literally letting only 5 of y'all see my stories and my posts. So come on over there. I'll wave, you'll wave. It'll be cute. We'll do a little dance. But yeah, thank y'all so much for the love and support. You're literally the best and I love you. And I just feel really blessed that we've got 25. Can you believe we have 25,000 of us here? That's insane. I never really did like a 25,000, like thank you for 25K. So I guess this is it. Thank you guys so much for 25K. It's actually insane because even just thinking of 25 people wanting to hear anything that I have to say is actually ridiculous to me. So to think that there's like 25 with like 3 zeros after it of y'all, I actually can't fathom that. So before it freaks me out too much and makes my social anxiety freak out that there's a possibility that 25,000 people could hear what I have to say, y'all are the best. I love you. I'm gonna go eat some scones now because I made some scones yesterday and you guys, honestly, they turned out really freaking bomb. I'm like kind of a housewife now. So yeah, let me know if you want my scone recipe or whatever. I hope you guys are having a great start to your November and I will see you in my next video. Bye.